Property line disputes can be costly, both in time and emotional damage, dragging on for months or even years, and turning neighbors into enemies. Lawyers across the country have reported a steep increase in these disputes. In most cases, arguments arise when one party seeks to install new fencing on a shared property line. Although the exact legal location of your property's boundaries may ultimately have to be decided in court, most states observe some general principles for such arguments, determining where property lines are. Thanks to the internet and other developing technologies, most people can easily determine where their property boundaries are. That wasn't the case even 20 years ago, when obtaining a county plot map for your property may have involved a trip to the courthouse and an afternoon spent poring over microfiche. Now you can download your property's legal description and plat map, and using a laser distance tool, come pretty close to identifying where the boundaries are. For a more official identification, you can hire a surveyor to measure and stake the corners of your lot. Never rely on existing fence lines, however. Whoever measured the last time may not have used accurate data to arrive at their conclusions. Considerations for erecting a new fence. New property fencing can represent a significant investment for the home or business owner. The last thing you want is to have to tear it out and move it because it wasn't situated legally. The allowable location of fence line is typically set forth by your local governing body, but if deed restrictions or homeowners association are in place, they may also dictate what is allowable. This may affect not only the location of your fence, but also the height, materials, finishes, and even the colors that are allowed. Finally, local utility easements may also affect how fences can be situated or configured to allow ready access to overhead or underground utility lines. The doctrine of boundary by acquiescence. Many property owners believe that, if a fence has been in place for a certain number of a legal boundary has been established by the neighboring property owner's acceptance of its existing location. This is sometimes known as boundary by acquiescence, estoppel, or similar legal sounding term. In truth, if an existing fence has allowed you to access to and use of a portion of your neighbor's lot, you may have no legal claim to its ongoing use, should the neighbor decide to reclaim his or her square footage. Chances are they've been paying the property taxes on their full lot along the way. And unless you have compensated them, you may ultimately have no legal standing. Experts caution that disputes of this nature usually require legal resolution if the property owners cannot come to an agreement themselves. The presence of an existing fence must not be considered as evidence of your property's legal boundary. Likewise, don't rely on your neighbor's silence or verbal agreement as proof that your fence is located in a legally acceptable spot. Before undertaking any fence project, consider consultation with a surveyor, lawyer, and local building inspector. Start by contacting a local, licensed fencing contractor who can provide sound advice on whom to contact and the best way to proceed. In many cases, these experienced professionals can handle some or all of the permitting and approval process for you, saving you from costly future property line disputes.